Welcome to Fat Moms Podcast. That's P.H.A.T, which stands for Pretty, Hilarious, and Traumatized. I'm Sam.
And I'm Kate.
And this is a podcast about parenthood, childhood, and shared trauma. Our one and only rule is that you must be drinking something. It can be coffee, wine, espresso beer, whatever, anything to get you buzzing and that hopefully keeps you awake. Today's episode has lovingly been named Mildly Decomposing. Why, Kate?
Because it is all about getting older.
Getting old. Yes. We've noticed some things and we kind of want to talk about them. But first, Kate, I want to address the dead body in the room.
Yes.
There's not actually a dead body in the room. That's my way of saying like the elephant in the room.
Yes.
And that's that our intro music is different.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
It's a big deal. And I have to give a shout out to Dan Healy from Healy's House Recording Studio, who wrote us original music for our intro and outro of our podcast. He kind of came to the rescue. After posting our second episode on YouTube, we got flagged for copyright, which is insane because I got our intro music off of a website that said, you can use this for a podcast. It's free. It's fine. Clearly it wasn't fine, and Dan totally saved us. So thank you, Dan. You're the best.
I just wanted to say for one time here that Sam is not a rule breaker, and it kind of made my heart a little happy when I heard that there was a problem with the music. I was like, I'm glad that you've joined us.
It was an accident. I accidentally broke the rules, which is the only way I break rules. Anyway. All right, well, let's get started. We have a lot of gripes, a lot of grievances to air. I have some, Kate has some, and our listeners and followers have given us some things to talk about.
Because we have followers.
You guys, we have followers. Yeah.
Like we don't have a ton of followers yet, but I feel like just even having that is like the step into the direction to get more followers.
It feels more legit.
Yeah, that's the word. It feels
sure.
like more legit, like we're actually doing something. And I feel like we're helping people a little bit. I had a couple friends reach out actually recently, and they were like, I didn't know you were doing a podcast, because Sam, as you know, I don't share a lot of personal details sometimes about things and what we're doing. And
right.
They came to me and they're like, I love your podcast.
That's so sweet.
You and your sister's relationship is idyllic. And I'm just like, oh, thank you. Like
you don't hear all this stuff, but it's fine.
But it took us a while to get here because we weren't in the same phase of life for a while, which goes into getting older.
Very true.
You
know?
Does,
yeah.
So I think that brings us, I just wanted to thank all of you listeners.
Yes. Thank you for listening and helping give us some good stuff to talk about with getting old. But real quick, we forgot. What are you drinking today, Kate?
Oh, I am drinking my Diet Coke.
Poison. Liquid poison.
It is. But man, is it delicious.
Yeah.
I can't stop.
Yeah. And I'm drinking iced coffee.
Which I got you. You're
lovingly brought to me by Kate. Because it is morning today, not 1 a.m. morning.
Yes.
It's regular morning.
Yes.
So let's dive in with this stuff. I put on my, like the first thing that came to mind was chapstick. Chapstick everywhere is exactly what I wrote down. And I have a little story that goes with this. So last year, I had this issue with my lips. They were so chapped. It was terrible. And no matter what I tried, I had like 4 different types of chapstick. I was using like Vaseline at one point too. It didn't matter. Nothing was helping these chapped lips. Okay. I actually had to go to the dermatologist and get prescription level hydrocortisone to fix this problem. And it did not even fix it right away. Like it took a solid 2 weeks to fix this problem. You guys, this happened. Why are you making that face?
Because I just remember coming into your room one night to ask you for chapstick because I'm the same way. And you had this white clown, like surrounding, like clown makeup surrounding your lips and on your lips. And I was like, what the F is wrong with your face?
That was Desitin, you guys. Because Desitin fixes diaper rashes. So I thought, hey, maybe it could fix my face. Okay. So here's the thing. I have more to say about this.
Yes, go.
This issue came up. It wasn't even like, oh, it's so cold and dry and chapped in the winter. No, this happened in May. So it was not even cold weather. And I realized, I figured out why it happened, which I figured out on my own, by the way. The doctor really didn't She gave me the solution, but she didn't help me figure out what the problem was. So what happened was I I have always had issues with acne. That's one thing that has not improved over getting old. I feel like I still have the acne of a teenager, which is ridiculous. I thought that was the one bonus to getting old, but fine. So I had been using this type of soap for a while, and I was like, my acne is getting out of control. I need to go back to the hard stuff, the salicylic acid stuff. I am allergic to benzoyl peroxide, so I only have one option with that. So I started using the stuff that I had used all through my teen years. I had used it most of the time as an adult as well. Like I think I took maybe 6 months off of using it and used some other type of soap, and it was probably because it was too expensive or I couldn't find it, some random reason. So I started using this stuff I had always used. And I think what was happening is I would wash my face in the shower and the stuff would like trickle down my face when I rinsed it off and it would hit my lips. Ooh. And it was irritating my lips. And I didn't realize that's what was happening until it was like too late. And it was like, well, chapstick's not going to fix this. This is a hydrocortisone prescription level problem now. So I had to stop using the salicylic acid. And spoiler alert, my acne is still not great. And I have no way to fix it really. I do use those wipes now, which are not as hard because they don't touch my lips at all. But anyway, it's not even just that. Like just in general, I need chapstick all the time. I have to wear it at nighttime when I'm sleeping. I have to wear it most of the day. I have it everywhere. Like there's one in my nightstand. There's two in my drawer in my bathroom. There's one in my car. There's 2 or 3 in my purse, one in my backpack for work. Sometimes I find them there's one in each of my coat pockets.
It's not in the right one. Maybe it'll be in the left one.
Chapstick everywhere. So that's my first gripe.
Okay, I have a comment.
Okay.
First of all, a couple comments. What's stopping you from just putting the salicylic acid just on the specific areas that you have? Like, why does it have to be all over your face? Can't you just like rub it into like the areas that you got it, and then like maybe just take a cloth and wipe it off? I don't know.
Yes. So okay. I do have I have this like grapefruit, it's like Neutrogena grapefruit wipes, face wipes.
I steal those when I'm here.
Yes. It's not makeup remover. That's a different wipe, which I also use.
Wait, it's not makeup remover?
No.
I've been using it as a makeup remover.
No, it's too harsh. You get that stuff in your eyes, it's going to hurt. It has acid in it, Kate. Okay. So, no, I use that on my face at nighttime. But in the morning, like, I wash my face in the shower. So, I mean, I guess I could use it after my shower.
That's part of getting older is, like, it's harder to change your routines. If that's your routine, it's hard to be like, well, let me just put it on these areas and wipe it off. No, I need to do it in the shower. So I kind of understand.
Yeah, but you're right. I should do that because that would probably help.
It would probably help. I would do that. And also, though, I do have to agree with you on the chapstick thing. I do not have them in as many places as you. Do I want them in as many places? Absolutely. But there are many times where I think they're in my bag when I come here to visit and I can't find them. And there's been times where I've snuck in your room to go into the bathroom and get your chapstick. There have been times where I've gone into your bathroom and you're mid getting dressed, getting ready for bed. I'm just like, a chapstick, please.
Yeah, you guys, just, quick pause here about mine and Kate's relationship. She is very much the type of person who won't knock when she comes into my bathroom. I could be sitting on the toilet. I could be naked in the shower. Yep. She's just going to walk in. Hey, what's up? I need this. I'll be right out. Like, she doesn't even care.
Well, and I would say that it had to do with pregnancy. And when you have kids, you're just filleted out when you've got like the C-section and there's 12 people looking at you. True. But I feel like this started
You've always been that way.
Way early. Like, I mean, we've just been super close most of our lives. So it just
inappropriately
doesn't bother me. There's been several times where I've done that. But yeah, so I'd have to agree with the chapstick thing. I do think that it is a part of getting older, though, because I do not remember needing chapstick.
Nope. Yeah. Getting old means chapped lips.
Yes, it does. I'm going to give mine, and I feel like this was something that kind of rang true across for our audience as well. A pillow between my knees, or I cannot sleep.
That's an interesting one.
I don't know what started it. My husband requires 5 pillows to sleep at night. I don't know why. He's got like one under his legs. He has one he hugs. He's got 2 he sleeps with, like with his head. And there's one that just lays across his body. I don't understand it. And I used to always joke about that being a problem. And so I think I got it from him where I just needed more pillows. And so I started putting a pillow between my knees when I sleep. And now I cannot sleep without one. If
No.
if I don't have a pillow between my knees automatically hurt. But it's psychological, and I know it is.
It might not be. I mean, it just could be your body like
Ugh,
needs to like
that.
certain positioning. I can relate, but my pillow, it's a neck pillow.
Oof.
I have to have a pillow like in the crook of my neck. And the pillow that I use, I stole one of my kids' small squishmallows, and that's like the neck pillow that I use. The problem is, so I used to get really terrible tension headaches, and they would easily be triggered by sleeping wrong. So if I don't have that pillow there, sometimes I wake up with the start of a tension headache, and sometimes I can't get rid of my tension headaches. And if I can't, I am pretty much like down for the count. The neck pillow is super important, but then between the knees, I haven't needed that since I was pregnant. So
You know, I definitely agree with you on the neck pillow. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, the neck pillow is one that I've been using, and I've got a small one that I used when I was pregnant. It came with like my pregnancy pillow,
mm-hmm.
and it's like this small, really squishy pillow. And it has to be right here. Nobody can see this, but you can. It has to be right there so that when I do that, it like lays there. And it became such a thing where my kids know that that's mommy's pillow.
Yeah.
And when they're sick, I'm like, what can I get you? Need your pillow. And I'm like, okay. And I go and get them my neck pillow. And let me tell you, it's the worst night of sleep I ever get because they take my pillow away.
Yeah.
But they need it more than me. And I will do that any day.
Noelle has made comments before, like, that's my Squishmallow. And I'm like, yeah, I bought it. So,
yep.
And if I don't get to use it, mommy's incapacitated for a whole day. So,
yeah.
Because neck pain lasts forever.
It does.
Also about getting old. You sleep wrong. Seriously, I fell asleep one time on the couch for less than 10 minutes. And my neck was just slightly turned, I was like slightly close to my shoulder. My neck was out of commission for a week. I couldn't turn it properly for an entire week. It was ridiculous.
I think that is definitely a getting older thing. And it's not just the neck, though. Remember when we were young? Well, this is hard to say to Sam because I feel like you didn't live the same life that like John and I lived growing up. But when we were young, I mean, we would sleep on the floor of people's houses at parties and things like that. Or like on the pile of coats in the bedroom on the bed, or just on a pile of hard coats and things like that. And we would sleep great. It's the best night of sleep we ever got. And now it's like, if I'm not in my bed with my 20-pound weighted blanket, my knee pillow, my neck pillow, my 3 chapsticks next to my bed, I mean, and my sound machine. If I don't have all those things, I'm not sleeping.
Right. Totally.
And that's definitely it's an old.
We're old. It's fine. Let's move on. Maybe do
Yes.
something else.
Go on to your next one.
Funny because neck pillow was my next one, so now we don't have to talk about that.
Perfect.
One thing that I have noticed is I have more of a sensitive stomach. So the things that I used to be able to eat with zero consequences, there are consequences to a point where I'm going to back up a little bit. I've spent a lot of time over the last couple of years, partially on doing my own research, partially like with my therapist, about how your gut affects your brain. I've done a lot of research on this, and I've experimented a little bit with it. I started taking a few supplements, and slowly over the years I have increased what supplements I take, and I just have noticed this significant difference in my mental health. And another piece of that is that, why are you looking at me like that again?
Because thinking about all the supplements you take, and the one time that my son Charlie saw you taking those supplements, and the next week spent at our play kitchen handing me food, being like, here are your vitamins. And he made me take them like Auntie Sam takes them. And he's like, no, Mom, you gotta with your head and go back. And here's your water for your vitamins. And I was like, where's my food? He goes, you don't eat food, vitamins.
Yeah, because Auntie Sam doesn't eat food in the morning, just vitamins.
You increased the supplement. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I take 7 pills in the morning and 2 at night. No, 5 pills in the morning and 2 at night. I can't even keep track.
Do you have a pill box?
I do have a pill box.
It's also getting older.
Shut up. At least it has. I've been meaning to get a new one because I want them separated by morning pills and night pills.
Oh my Lanta, Samantha.
Yes, I want to get one of those because it would keep me because then I don't have to dump all of them out in my hand and then put the 3 back that I take later, the 2 back that I take later. Oh. Anyway, getting back
I know what
to
I'm
what
getting
I
her
was.
for her birthday, which is coming up this
Oh, I
month.
would. That's so useful. I love useful gifts, you guys. So, with the gut health, I started to notice based on what I would eat, I would just feel better, you know? So, I eat pretty much the same thing every day. And when I deviate from that, I normally have a not super happy stomach. The only time I don't have a not my stomach is okay with that kind of stuff is if I do this a lot on the weekends, especially when I don't have my kids because I feel like I'm just kind of stabilizing myself, but I will fast a lot on the weekends and then dinner time I'll be like I haven't eaten all day. I'm gonna eat whatever I want, and then I'll be able to eat whatever I want, and I'll be okay. But if I eat throughout the day and then I eat crap for dinner, that's when my stomach is like, yeah.
Well, what if you ate your healthy stuff, like you got your popcorn, you've got your yogurt that you eat, and then you eat whatever you want for dinner? Does it matter, or it's like all or nothing?
It matters. Like
Oh, okay.
if I eat my normal stuff throughout the day, which is usually yes, yogurt, popcorn, a couple clementines, cantaloupe.
Oh, I got cantaloupe.
And then if I eat, let's say pizza for dinner, it reacts with everything else I've already eaten, and it makes me feel icky. So this is for me. It's less about diet. Like yes, I do enjoy that. I feel like I look a bit thinner, and I've lost the extra. I've trimmed down a little bit over the last year or so.
Am I allowed to say that you had a massive glow up in the past couple years?
You can say that.
I'm not going to say why, but you had a massive glow up.
Thank you.
Had a lot of comments about it.
You have?
Yeah.
From who?
A lot of my in-laws.
Oh.
And my husband in a nice way. In a nice way.
in a
not creepy way. It's always been like I've always been like, Sam looks so great. Like I want to look like that, especially after having my second. And he's like, she had a massive glow up. She really did. Like, and he's so supportive. He's
the best.
He's just so like, yeah, she looks great, and I think that sometimes he knows like we need to hear that.
Yes.
But he serious, also means it.
Right. And he's get very big brother energy. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So yes, I appreciate that. But it's less about health it is about health. I do want to be healthy, but in my mind, it's about mental health. And my mental health is very important to me. It's very important to me to make sure that I'm healthy in that way for my kids so I can show up for my kids in the best way. And I don't know, something just clicked when it started working. And now when I deviate from it, things get rough and I don't like it. So it's boring, which is part of getting old. Things are a little more boring, I think. But I like it and it works for me and I just want to be happy,
Yeah, I gotta say, mental health does have a lot to do with eating well, but also just like the thought process behind it. Because I will say that after you said something to me 2 weeks ago about why you eat the way you do, every time I've picked up a plate of nachos, every time I've, opened my bag of hot Cheetos, I'm like, I know I'm going to feel like crap after this because Sam said that. And it's just like, well, Sam said, and it gets in your mind about it. I've definitely done less of it, but I'm having a much harder time because I've always been a junk food junkie. I love junk food. It's a real problem. Now, do I portion it out? I do. I don't eat an entire bag of chips, but I will eat this bowl of hot Cheetos for lunch instead of eating lunch, which is such a bad habit. So I'm trying to get better. So thank you for being a good model to that.
You're welcome. I will say too, you guys, Kate looks fantastic. She has lost so much weight over the course of the last year. And she fit 17. Into, when did the jeans?
Yes. Yes, I lost 78 pounds in
That's
2025.
Amazing.
I did. Yeah. I go to the gym, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. I think I've mentioned that before. And I have also been eating, like I said, portions rather than not well, but portions, which makes a big difference. And yeah, I wore jeans to our cousin's game night. We have a cousin's game night. We have a lot of cousins, guys. Yeah. We have a lot of cousins. Sam and I and our other girl cousin are the only girl cousins on that side of the family.
But some of the guys are bringing girlfriends around now.
Yes, and wives.
And wives. So
one of our cousins did just get married, and his wife is just delightful.
She's wonderful.
She fits in like she's always been here.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
Yeah,
and yeah, I wore jeans, and I have not worn jeans, y'all, since 2021.
Whoa!
I have not worn jeans. I actually gave all of my jeans to Sam, and she was losing weight, and then she was like, "You know what? These are too big now," which was such a hit to my to me, but that's fine. And she gave them back to me, and I was about to send them all to charity. I was about to send them all, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try these on. And I tried on all the jeans. They all but two fit. However, I wanted to go with the ones that fit and were comfortable.
Yeah.
So I kept 3 pairs, and I wore jeans for the first time.
That's amazing. I do want to say, like, they didn't always fit me super well. I did hang on to them because I knew you would need them back.
Oh, that's so nice of you. How thoughtful.
Yes.
Big sister energy right there.
For sure.
Thank you for looking out for me.
You are welcome.
Jeans are expensive.
They are. And you had nice jeans.
Yeah.
Super nice jeans.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
My next one, I'm going to skip down because I have a little story to tell and I feel like it's fun. Becoming ornery.
Oh.
And I've never really fully understood what that word meant, but basically just becoming more agitated with the youths.
The youths.
They just, so we have a house on a corner, and 2 houses behind us is a family. They're great. They are great people. They have 2 young daughters who are in high school, and basically there are these 2 cars that would park in front of our house every night, and they would come around midnight, and they would be there until probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I know who they are. I know they are the boyfriends.
Oh.
And I know that they're sneaking into the basement window.
What?
In that house, because I have driven past and done my investigating, because anybody that knows me knows I'm very into crime stories and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm very perceptive of my surroundings. So I've noticed that window in the basement is open at all times, and especially in inclement weather, all these things. So I noticed that, and I just remember calling Mom one day and being like, what do I do? These cars need to stop parking in front of my house. They walk on our lawn to get to their house. I don't like it. They walk
just
very
don't do
close
that
to my house, and I have children here. My office is right here, and I see your feet walking. I don't like that. Stay off my property. And so I was like debating, should I put nails down?
Oh.
So it kind of like it pops their tires.
Oh, yeah.
So then they won't park there anymore.
I mean,
should I put a sign that says don't step on my lawn? Like, what do I do? And I got very into it. Totally. I even debated going to an event where I knew the dad was going to be, and because he does something in public. I'm not going to say what it is, but he serves the public and at big events. And I was going to go there and be like, do you know what your daughters are up to? And I immediately I was like, I can't do that.
I mean, you are airing it out on a podcast right now, so.
Yeah, but nobody knows where I live.
That's very true.
So.
That's true.
I feel like that's part of getting old. It's like just ornery. Like that stuff bothers me. But why? Why does it bother me? I don't know. Because I'm getting older.
It could be. I mean, I think sometimes your patience level starts to go down the older you get, or like you just have less tolerance for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's a valid one. I totally agree with that. Sorry about some of the crying and whining in the background, you guys. That is our children.
Another one that I noticed is I really want to garden. And like I think crocheting sounds fun.
I did used to crochet.
And yeah, I'm just like, you know what would look nice out back is some gardening stuff. Like maybe I should get some gardening tools. I hate bugs. I hate mud and dirt. I don't like being outside. But you know what sounds good is gardening.
Wow.
And I don't know why. And it's just, it came out of nowhere.
That's so funny.
I think it has to do with the fact that we're getting older.
I will say I will never garden because I kill everything. I did try to keep a couple plants on the deck one year and they also died. But but I'm just a terrible gardener. I will say the idea of having a garden in the back is very pleasant.
Yes.
And the idea of spending a long portion of your day out in the sun picking vegetables. I mean, that kind of sounds, I love the sunshine and the heat, and I don't care if it's super hot and sweat. I don't care. I love the heat, but that's just me. So yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. It's definitely something that I've thought about. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not.
Yeah, we'll see. It's getting to be that time soon.
Yeah.
To think about it.
We will see.
My eyesight is starting to go a little bit.
Yeah.
So my dad, there's the towel rack in my bathroom was super loose, and so couldn't see the screw anywhere, so I didn't know how to fix it. So when my dad came to stay, I was like, Dad, can you help me fix this? So we're looking at it, and he's like, I need you to look at this screw on the back of this thing and tell me what kind of screwdriver we need to fix it. And I was like, okay, cool, I can do that. I know screwdrivers. So I'm looking at this screw, and it's so tiny. I could not even see whether it was a flathead or Phillips head needed for it, because
Yeah.
that's how tiny this screw was, and that's how bad my eyesight is getting. I was wearing my glasses. I do wear glasses. I've needed glasses my entire life. But even with my glasses on, I could not see what was needed for this screw. So we figured it out and it was fine. But I have noticed lately, whenever I'm looking at like medication bottles or boxes or something with the small print, it's like, gosh, I could really use a magnifying glass right now.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm the same way. I find that now if I don't have my glasses on the minute I wake up, I can't see anything.
Yep.
I mean, and even with my glasses on, my eyesight's not great.
Yeah.
But I've lost so much weight that my glasses don't fit anymore.
Oh, well.
So whenever I'm like leaning down to clean something up, which is 99% of my day as a mother, the glasses just fall right off. They just fall right off.
As a mother, and dare we mention your side?
Oh, yes.
Your side hustle?
Yes, I also clean houses as a side hustle. And
she's very good at it, you guys. If you want a clean house, hire someone with OCD.
Yes, I love to clean.
It's terrible.
I know. I love to clean. It's honestly, it's nice because I get paid to do it. I actually started at like getting paid to do it in the past few months. Otherwise, like I would offer, my friends would have us over and I'd be like, can I clean up your toy room?
It's bothering me.
I just can't. I can't. They threw everything into one bin. Oh, that's where it goes. And I was like, no.
It doesn't though.
No. These need to go here. There's Legos in there. There's magnet tiles. They need to be separated. And the friends would just like stare at me like, are you
well?
You okay? Like, do you need to call someone? What's going on? And yeah, so I started doing that for fun. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get paid to do this.
That's a great way to use your skill.
Yeah, I'd say it's a skill. I'd say it's a skill. I mean, I've got some steady clients now. I do one weekly, I do a couple monthly, and it brings in some nice money. So I'll take it.
That is awesome.
But yeah, I'd say my last one on my list is, this is something that I've noticed over the past couple of years, and I say it to my husband all the time. And I'm like, this is a sign of us getting older. I always say, if it's not one thing, it's another.
Oh my God, it's so true though.
It is, because it's like something's wrong with the car. Oh, if it's not one thing, it's another. The car gets fixed, and then something's wrong with the back door. If it's not one thing, it's another. And I can't tell you how many times we've said it to each other.
Yeah.
And it's like just waiting.
Well, and anytime I feel like I have a little bit of a cushion in my bank account,
yep,
I need 4 new tires.
Yep.
Or I need a new dishwasher. Something really big breaks or malfunctions, and that money's gone. Saying it out loud, I think, is part of getting old, and having the responsibility is part of getting old, but it's just a fact of life.
Yes, agreed. Agreed. Now, I am going to go find a pacifier for my child who has been crying for the past 10 minutes.
Oh, sure.
Samantha, would you like to start with our listeners?
Oh, totally. I can start talking about it just out loud on my own and wait until you get back.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. There were some really great responses from our listeners, and we were really excited to find people with similar issues to us. That they definitely brought up some things that we both feel are part of getting old. One thing, night driving. Night driving has gotten harder, I think, for some people as they've gotten older. I know for myself, especially, I have astigmatism. That's part of my issue. And the bright lights at nighttime, they kind of like create this star effect, I want to say. It's almost like when you look at the headlights of a car, the light kind of just like streaks out from all different directions. So, and that's like the lights of the car and the lights on stoplights, the traffic lights, those lights. They also will have those streaks of light happening. And it's something that I have had issues with for a long time, but I feel like as I've gotten older, it's gotten worse. Now, I think this night driving issue, Kate has returned, came from someone who is a little bit older than us. But do you have anything else to say? I was just talking about how my astigmatism affects like how I see light at nighttime, and it makes it worse.
I don't think that I have astigmatism, but I can't drive at night, especially if there is rain.
That's hard.
Don't even ask me to drive. If there's rain and a busy road, it's not going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
My husband does most of the night driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
I can drive at night, and I'm confident in my ability to drive at night. It's just that light issue just bothers me. I feel because I see light differently than other people because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
So night driving, number 1, totally get it. Valid complaint.
Yeah, we had another one where basically you have to think through things more often. So we had somebody say, if you have to get up on a ladder,
Oh yeah.
You have to actually think through, like, how am I going to dismount this? How am I going to climb up it? And
Like
then
a
what happens
gymnast.
if I get up there and I can't get back down?
Yeah.
Also, think about what happens if you fall. Like, you kind of have to like think about all the perspectives there.
Oh
Like,
my God.
what's my recovery going to be like? I got young kids. Am I going to be able to pick them up? They only want mom right now. Am I going to be able to? And then I'm like, well, husband, you got to do it
So
because I can't.
I have to, this being a single parent adds a whole other layer to
It
this
does.
because you are like the only parent. I mean, there is another parent, but like in your home, you are the only parent in your home. So there's a whole other layer to it. And I agree 100%. You have to think through the consequences of everything. And it's not just like ladders. It's like any decision you make. Sometimes I want to be like fun and silly with things. Like I was on the treadmill the other day and I was like, I think it'd be fun to walk sideways. And then I like tried it and I was like, I almost fell. And if that happened, I wouldn't be able to exercise, and that would not be great. I could break something. Like who would do anything in my house if I broke an ankle or something?
You know what I just thought of is
What?
like, is your house would turn into Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout.
Oh yes.
Everything would just pile up, and
Yep, it would.
it would get to the point where when you're healed, where do I even begin? We'd have to move.
We can't fix this problem. It's too big. We just have to move.
We have to move. We're done.
No, I'd hire Kate and her cleaning company
There you go.
to come and clean up my house for me, which she's already offered to do, and I will pay in babysitting.
Yes. She asked what I would charge her, and normally I charge a good amount, and I'm like, you know what? If you take my kids for a weekend,
Totally.
I will come over and I will clean your house. Not on the same weekend.
Right.
I want a weekend to do things with my husband and to hang out and doom scroll and watch my shows.
Right. As one does.
But yeah, I do have to say the next one that is on our list, just
Go for
because I know we're alternating, and this comes from older and also, I'll be honest, pregnancy. But
it gets worse as you get older.
It does get worse as you get older. Is the peeing yourself constantly? And when I say constantly, I mean my children are in soccer, and right now they're both in a level where I one of them I have to go with them and I have to do the things with them. The other one I can if they want me to. And I was running across the field with mine and I legitimately peed my pants while I was running.
Oh God.
I legitimately peed my pants, and the worst part about it, if that's not worse enough, was that I wore black leggings knowing it was going to happen.
Oh my, you were prepared.
I was prepared. I knew it was going to
It's part of getting
happen.
old.
Luckily, I always come prepared when I'm doing anything these days. I don't get dressed without putting some sort of liner in to catch that said pee. But yeah, I ended up peeing my pants and I just kept running because that's what you do when you have children.
Moms are not quitters, people.
We are not quitters. I did that jumping on the trampoline.
Yep, that's hard.
If you jump on a trampoline, I will pee my pants. I think that I just need to start wearing diapers when I go out, to be honest.
It depends.
You know what? No
judgment. No, oh my God. It's a thing. It's a part of life. It's part of being a mom. Like it means there are ways that the doctor will tell you that you can try to improve it, by working on your pelvic floor and everything. And like I've tried. It does happen to me.
Yeah,
for sure. 100% it does. I don't know that I've ever fully peed my pants.
Yeah. It's not comfortable. I will say one of my doctors mentioned a surgery you could get with it, and she basically explained it where it's like you get a holster for your urethra.
Okay.
So bad at speaking.
Yeah.
And it helps because it takes the pressure off the bladder. The only problem with that was that she explained no longer when you have an emergency can you angry pee is what she explained it as. How when you sit down and you're like, I gotta go, and it just like you're just you get there and it yes, opens the floodgates. So you can't do that. You can only pee when you relax, because if you tense up, that hammock, that's the word I was looking for, that hammock tenses up and closes the urethra almost. And I'm like, that sounds terrifying.
No, that does. That
sounds like my bladder will explode.
I'm going to keep my angry pee.
Yes, I will keep my angry pee, and I will pee my pants if I have to. I can't do that type of surgery. She did say it changed her life.
Well, good for her.
But
no judgment.
I don't have
if you had that surgery, good for you. And if it's working for you, good for you. If you pee your pants, it's okay.
Yeah, and good for you if you can keep going after
Yeah.
peeing your pants, because
we're not quitters.
that shows.
Just bring extra leggings and extra undies,
Mm-hmm.
just like in the diaper bag. No one will know.
Yeah, exactly. My kids think I wear diapers, so it's fine. They see the liners and they're like, "Mommy, why are you wearing a diaper?" And I'm like, "Because this is a mommy diaper."
Yeah.
And then they tell their teachers at school that mommy wears diapers, and you know what? I own it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so it works for me.
No judgment. Another one we had was back pain from just sleeping, which I think kind of ties into some of what we talked about with the knees and the neck pillows. Totally get it. Grunting when you get up from a sitting position to a standing position. Totally.
All the time.
All the time. I will say I do still sit on the floor because I play games with my kids, or sometimes there's just nowhere else to sit and I'd rather be sitting than standing. Getting up from the floor is hard work, you guys.
Do you remember when we were young and we used to be able to like do that roll backwards and just go right up to our feet?
Yep.
And
get that.
I watch your kids do that and I'm like, oh, how do you do that? Now I can. What?
Yeah, no, it's not a thing now. You can't do it anymore. No, you got to do it slowly. And then when you do, you walk kind of like, and my legs get so stiff. I used to sit on my legs all the time too, on my feet. Yeah. Like just keep my feet under me. And oh God, when I do that now, it's like my feet are asleep. So
my feet fall asleep real quick. And I get up and everything cracks.
Oh God, especially the knees.
Talk about trying to sneak out. I put my kids to bed, obviously still, and one's in a crib. And I'll put him in his crib, and he wants me to stay in there and watch him sleep because he is a terrifying person. And so he'll stare at me, and I'll be like, I'm not going to stand here for 20 minutes. So I crouch down, and I just like crouch, and I put my hand in the rails, and I hold his hand sometimes, and I sing.
That's sweet.
And he falls asleep, and then I'll go to stand up, and all you'll hear is and cracks,
pop,
and all of a sudden his eyes shoot open, and I'm like, God, dang it! And then I have to start over.
Yeah.
And I every time.
So much noise.
Yeah. Always being tired.
Yes.
That is a true thing. I could get as much sleep as I want, and I'm still always tired. I am an early waker, but don't keep me up. If you keep me up past 9 p.m., and we have friends that they'll come over with their kids, and we had friends the other night that stayed till 10. Loved it. Loved every second of it, but I felt so bad because after 9, I was yawning every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Totally. It doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't even matter what kind of sleep you get. Last weekend I had a couple really late nights, one because of the cousins and the recording, and the others, in general, I have trouble sleeping when my kids are not in my house.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And it's hard for me to get myself to bed. So I had that last weekend. And so I just had some late nights, and all week I'm like dragging my feet. I'm so tired, but it doesn't matter. Like, even when I do get good sleep, I'm still always tired.
So looping into another thing that somebody said that they posted was about sleep. Why is it when you get less sleep, you feel hungover? Like, I can drink 3 glasses of wine and wake up feeling better than I would if I got 5 hours of sleep. Which is like the opposite.
A sleep hangover, a lack of sleep hangover, I guess.
You wake up groggy and you're just like, what day is it? Why is my mouth dry? Is there chapstick for your mouth? What do I do?
It's called Watergate.
Where's my Diet Coke? Yeah, I think that's a real thing. I've noticed that I don't drink much anymore these days, but when I do, I wake up not feeling great, but it's better than when I wake up from less sleep.
Totally.
When I wake up from less sleep, there's crusties in your eyes. It's like,
By the way, talking about mental health, there are all kinds of studies around the fact that going to sleep at the same time every day and waking up at the same time every day is really good for your mental health. I know that's a hard pill to swallow for people, because no one wants to wake up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday, and you have to do that during the week when you want to work out or when you have to get to work or whatever. But it's really good for your mental health to go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time every day.
Sam is part of getting older, also doing a ton of research on getting older, because I feel like you read a lot of books.
I'm a librarian, okay? I am a librarian. And I do also happen to have a passion and a very intense interest in psychology. I know way too much about sociopaths, and
which I think is funny because my minor was in psychology.
that's hilarious.
So, and I
This
feel
is
like
why we
I
like
know
crime
less.
so much.
Oh yeah, crime is my jam.
Yeah, we can do a whole episode about that, I think.
I think we should. Yeah,
totally.
Next up,
Hip pain. Ugh, on one side. Why is it only on one side? I don't get it very much. I do get it sometimes, but I could see it.
What about, speaking of one side, hip pain? Yes. What about that ear pain? Do you ever get that ear pain when you lay on one side of like one side?
Oh, I guess, yeah.
And you get that weird ear pain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
pain
that.
in general, you guys. Just pain. Random pain all the time is part of getting old.
I really like this one. I think we can say who said this one. Our mom came to us and talked about clothing for our age.
Uh-huh.
Why are the only options grandma muumuus and tube tops? Like,
Fair.
Give me something in between so I don't look like I'm trying too hard, but also don't look like I'm a 1950s housewife waiting for Eddie to come home from the war. I came up with that, guys. But still.
Yeah.
I'd like to know that, because I agree. I don't want to wear clothes for preteens, but I don't fit into the floral turtlenecks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like those.
Yeah.
Why can't we have stylish clothes?
I don't know. I found some really great stuff at Costco lately.
Why do we buy? Why are our clothes all coming from Costco?
Because they have amazing sales and they're good quality clothes.
This entire outfit, Sam, Costco.
Ugh.
I got the Costco Puma socks. I got Costco sweatpants. Got this shirt from Costco.
Love Costco.
And my husband too. He gets all of his clothes from Costco.
It's a great place to get things.
He needs at least a half hour in the clothing section every time we go.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, I agree though. That's a real problem with clothing. Oh, neck wrinkles. We're worried so much about our faces. We didn't even think about our neck. What is this with neck wrinkles?
Can I just say, I think it's interesting that they mentioned neck wrinkles, because we were just talking about this the other day about people, like celebrities that have gotten facelifts and like work done. Yes. And you can tell who did, because they don't get their necks done.
Right.
They get their face done.
Is that even a thing? Can you get your neck done?
Can you get a neck lift? Guys, can you find out?
Someone let us know. Is there such a thing? And we know there's facelifts. Are there neck lifts? Because
you can tell who got work done because their face looks flawless and like they're really, really young. But then you look at their neck and you're like, oh, that person is definitely 20 years older.
Or their hands.
Oh, their hands. Are there hand lifts?
Another question for our listeners. Can someone do this research? I'm too busy with my mental health crap. Can someone else do this research for me, please? Otherwise, I'll do it while I'm at work and call it a reference question.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, totally. I think we only have like one or two left.
Yeah. I would say balancing having adult children. That was another one. Mm-hmm. That you just don't know what to say. You know, your kids are adults and they got their own kids and you want to help them. Mm-hmm. But if you say too much, you're being a little judgmental. If you say too little, you're cold.
Yeah, I could understand this. It's probably a very fine line to walk. I don't have adult children, obviously, so I don't know how this feels. I am an adult child of someone who I think maybe struggles with this with us sometimes. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you've noticed, Mom has this thing that she does where she'll like tell us, I'm not going to say anything.
Like, I love when she does that.
I hate it.
Me up.
I hate it.
No.
Because I'm always like, well, now you have to tell me what you were going to say because now I need to know.
I love it when she does this with me where she goes, do you want me to tell you the truth or do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? And I like that.
That is new.
I like that option.
That is new, but that is a good option.
And she does. And I say both.
I have a friend who does that. Like, do you want my honest opinion or do you want me to be supportive? Like, what do you need from me right now is basically what she's saying.
And I really like that because I think sometimes you need both, but sometimes you just need that, like that confidence boost of what you're doing is
the hype
good.
Girl energy. Yes.
Yeah. And I do feel I usually ask Mom for both.
Yeah.
Because
it depends on the person. I would probably ask Mom for both. My friend sometimes will be like, I just need you to tell me that I'm right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then and it's funny because they will, I think I know the friend you're talking about, and they will tell you, you are so right. Yes. You're so right that like no matter what anybody else says, they are wrong. Like she just goes above and beyond to send a paragraph of why you're right.
Yes.
And I think that that's necessary for us women. I think that you need that hype girl in your life.
Yes, you do.
And it's very
or girls if you have
or
multiple,
girls.
which we do when we're very lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So that's our gripes, our grievances from us and from some of our listeners. Thank you so much to everyone who contributed to this because we just love getting the info from people who are listening and sharing it. I feel like we're like bonding with you in this way, you know?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I love it. I think we're going to be posting a lot more, like in preparation for our
Definitely.
podcasts. There's going to be a lot more areas where you can let us know and we can bring it up.
Definitely. We can all mildly decompose together.
Why does misery love company?
Well, I think we'll just do a couple quick segments because we had a rather long gripe session here. So, first, we're going to do meltdown moment. So, I had a meltdown moment this past week, and it was just one of those moments where I got super touched out. If you don't know, you know what touched out is?
I do.
Yeah. So, if you don't know what touched out is, it's like when your kids are like all over you. And I think this is a bigger issue with parents who have young kids because they are gonna be all over you. I have one, my 5-year-old Noelle. She is still relatively young, but she was just all this week, just all over me. She had to be touching me on my lap, hugging me, squeeze. And I feel like a terrible person complaining about this. I'm not complaining, but it got to a point where I was just like, I need to not be touched for 5 minutes. You know, like I had had my limit, and I needed five to 10 minutes to myself. And I felt so bad about it, but I like went into the bathroom and closed the door and just sort of like sat on the floor and put my head on my knees because I just needed my body to myself.
I think that's valid.
It is. And I don't feel as bad about it now. And I don't want anyone who's listening to feel bad about this either because Facebook, friends, family members, people are going to tell you all the time that you have to cherish these moments. You have to treasure it. It's not going to be like this forever. They're only young once. And it's so, I wish I still had that. No. It's true that your kids are only young once and you should cherish the time that you have, but you are absolutely allowed to have boundaries. You are absolutely allowed to need 5 minutes to have your body to yourself and not be touched by little hands or anybody or anything. There is nothing wrong with that. You should not feel guilty for it. It makes you a better mom, a better parent if you step back and take care of yourself so that you can come back and be present and more positive and more taken care of. So I more put this in here. One, it was sort of like a meltdown moment because it's rare for me to be like, I need a minute. But I did have that moment, and I was just like, I know lots of other people have them more frequently, and you are not a bad parent for needing that time, and you should not feel guilty about taking time for yourself.
Yes. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I'm not going to go into too much detail on my meltdown moment because it's the exact same thing.
Okay.
But I have younger children, as you mentioned, and they're both in a mommy phase.
Yes, I witnessed it this morning. You guys, you think I've been told I have the patience of a saint? I think you're taking it a little bit. Like you might be taking that title from me.
I definitely. You know what? I'm going to loop. We have 2 segments today, and one is what are you proud of this week?
Yeah.
And there's this one, and I if you don't mind, I'm going to loop them together.
Sure.
Because I am very proud of the patience that I have started to have with my children.
Yeah.
And I did also have a meltdown this week with that. And it's not just this week. It's been, I had a meltdown this week, but I've been working on my patience level, and it just hit an all-time high recently this week. And I did have a meltdown because both boys want to be on me. And I got a 3-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. And when they're on me, they're fighting over who gets which leg. They both want the middle, which I've lost so much weight that I don't have a lot of middle anymore. So they both get a leg. Well, then the other one wants this leg. The other one's pushing this one. The youngest is move. And, they're arguing. I'm like, nobody gets to sit on mommy. And I finally got to the point where I put them both down and I was like, mommy needs a minute. And my husband, God bless his soul, he tries, but he's not mommy, and they're in a mommy phase, and he tries to take them downstairs, or he takes them into a room to get them away from me for a little while, because I think he understands this over touching.
Right.
And I'm overstimulated. And I need a few minutes. And it's amazing what a few minutes will do. Like you said, if I get a few minutes to myself, the second I close the door, I miss them. It's the most psychotic thing I've ever heard. Motherhood is psychotic, guys.
It is. It's an insane journey.
I need a minute away from you, but the minute I'm away from you, I miss them.
Yes.
I hear their little voices, and I'm like, I want to be back out there, but I know I need this minute.
Yeah.
Because I need to regulate myself. We tell our kids all the time, go regulate.
Yes.
Go regulate your emotions right now. You're very upset. my son learned the word frustrated. I don't know if you noticed
I
that.
heard him say it. I was so impressed. So
Yes,
impressed.
we started working with him on voicing his emotions instead of like fighting back. He voices. So the other day he was really upset. I think he did use some angry hands, but he said it's because I'm frustrated.
He was able to label it. That is huge.
Yes, and I love that. And so we like to regulate. I'm like, go regulate in your room, and he'll go, I'm gonna go regulate. Like he doesn't say it right. It's adorable. And he goes in his room, and I'll sit there for a little while, and he'll come out when he's ready. We don't punish by going to the room. We allow ourselves to regulate. But if I'm telling him to do that, I need to be expected to do the same thing.
You're so right.
And I think that that's something that parents lose. It's like, I'm telling my kids what to do, and because I'm the adult and because I said so. And yeah, sometimes, but I do think that you have to hold yourself to the same standard.
You do. Well, since you already said what are you proud of this week, I'm going to say mine too. And it's so funny because that meltdown moment I did have was not a great mental health moment for me. It kind of was though, because I did take time for myself. I gave myself 5 to 10 minutes to regulate my emotions so that I could come back feeling better. And I did come back feeling better. But I think just in general, this last week, I feel like my mental health is improving. Over the last couple months especially, I've been working through a lot of like my codependency and exercising those skills and muscles that I've been learning in therapy for the last few years, and I haven't really had any opportunities to use them. And now I feel like I do have opportunities to use these skills that I've been learning, and they're working. And I feel like I'm healing and I'm getting better, and it's a good feeling to handle something challenging, to handle challenges like with your kids or with stuff at work, and to be like, oh my God, I would have handled that so terribly. Old Sam would have handled that so terribly, or I would have taken that so personally. And now I just don't. It's like I've just let go of stuff, and it's a good feeling. I'm really proud of myself for that.
That's great. It's really important.
Well, we are like way past time.
This
has been a long episode.
Wrap this up.
I'm going to try to trim it a little bit, but
yeah, definitely do that. I think that's a fun next episode idea would be turning into your parents.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of goes along with getting older.
It does.
Which I think that it's kind of cool. It's a nice second step.
Yeah.
And I think that it'd be great to do an episode about the ways that you've noticed, or your significant other, if you have one, or even your children have noticed how you've started turning into your parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like those commercials. What's that commercial?
Oh, yeah. Is it Allstate?
No, the Allstate's the Badger guy. It's Progressive.
Progressive, that's it.
Progressive.
Yes. Oh God, those commercials are hilarious.
Yes,
but it's a real thing.
I think that would be a very fun episode.
Totally.
What do you think, Sam?
Yes, let's do that next time.
All right,
sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us.
And keep it real, and
let's keep mildly decomposing together. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Enjoy.